Hey guys, today I'm just basically going to show you how to apply a regrowth tint to your hair during lockdown when Crystal gives you your at-home colour kits. First, I just like to start with brushing my hair, making sure there's no tangles in my hair. Right now I'm using the Tangle Tees for fine and fragile hair because my hair is quite fine. Next, what I'm going to do is I have my colour here ready. Just give that a quick mix. Now what I'm going to do is just quickly part my hair. I like to make sure that the hair is parted quite accurately just so it has an easier application. As you can see, I have a little bit of regrowth coming through. Now what I'm going to do is just start applying the colour to my regrowth. Try not to overlap the colour as it can cause bands later when we are back in the salon and able to do your colour there. So just try to keep as close to the regrowth as possible, just applying there to section off the colour, and then I like to go through and do the hairline just so that's out of the way. That can be the most porous and the most grey for some people, so I like to do that first before tackling any other section in the hair. As you can see, I'm just applying it. As you can see here, I'm just applying the colour off my face onto the hair just so the colour gets on my skin. If you do get any colour on your skin, don't worry, you can just remove it with a colour remover wipe that you will receive in the kit. And you can also see that I'm sectioning my hair in 2 quadrants just to make the application more neat and easier. So what you do is you just take the brush and you just run it down the middle of your hair, just over your ear to section the front off from the back, and then apply colour to both sides just to section it off and make sure it's even on both sides. Then I'll go through, do that on the other side to make sure the other side is even as well. What you can also do is you can have a little handheld mirror or a mirror on a stand if you have one, and just having a look in the mirror just to see exactly where you're placing the colour might be easier, especially when you get to the back. And what I'm doing here is just making sure that all the hair is covered. As you can see, I missed some spots, so I'm going over and making sure that the colour is applied evenly. Because if the colour isn't applied evenly and evenly saturated, the hair can actually process splotchy and some greys might not be covered, or your regrowth might be lighter in some places than the others. And you can also see here that I'm taking horizontal sections through each of the first 2 quadrants in the front of my hair. As you can see, I'm just gliding the tint brush through to make sure that you get an even application. Sometimes you might get a little uneven. You can just slide your brush right on through again and just making sure it's nice and even, because if the section is uneven, the colour might process unevenly as well, and we just want to make sure that we're doing everything correctly. Basically what I'm going to be doing is just going through the front 2 quadrants and sectioning them off so that the colour gets applied. You want to make sure you want to do it as quick as possible, but also you don't want to be too rushed because the colour does start processing once it touches the hair. So you don't want to leave, the front on too long, or then the back not enough, even though you don't really see the back. You just want to make sure that the application's as even as possible. So for the next couple of minutes, you'll just be seeing me applying the colour to the front 2 sections. Again, making sure everything is nice and neat, and then we can move on to the back. As you can see here, I'm finished that first quadrant. Now I'm just going to part my hair back to the middle, or as close to the middle as possible. I might even take my little comb just to make sure that it's even parted evenly. As you can see here, I am just going to reapply some more colour where the comb brushed through my hair because I might have removed some. We just want an even colour application. Then I'll go through and do the exact same thing on this side, sectioning the hair, applying the colour, trying to be as fast as you can, but again, not being too rushed because you want to make sure the application's really good.
Ser واحنا كنا مصر هيجي في راح يبغى الوسط بس ما بيمسنا وانا يعني
As you can see here, I'm done with this quadrant. Now I'm going to part it back to the middle. And I'm also going to grab a little colour remover wipe just to make sure I'm going to get rid of any colour that got on my skin. Just to make sure I don't get any staining, because the stains can be quite hard to remove. As you can see here, again, parting back to the middle, applying where I might have missed any spots. Then I'm going to start onto the back. As you can see, I'm going to start on that back quadrant and just apply the colour there. It can be quite hard. Because I've been doing this for so long on myself, when I used to have dark hair, I just sort of have a feel. But again, mirrors can really help you applying the colour in the back, or if you do have someone to help you apply it. All they need to do, if you do have someone helping you apply it, is wherever they see the regrowth, they just paint it on there and try not to overlap onto the already coloured hair, as that can create bands. So now I'm just going to go through and section off the back. Again, mirrors can be helpful because you can hold up the hair when you can see the regrowth, as you can see mine. Then you just pull it forward, start sectioning again, applying the colour, and do that. And then again, if you do have someone to help you, that would be amazing, because it just helps you in the long run. If you don't, again, mirrors can really help you with applying the colour. As you can see, I've finished that back quadrant. Now I move on to the next one. Again, same thing. You just want to glide your tint brush through the hair to section it. Mirrors can help you, again, to see if the section is even. The back, if it's not, don't worry too much about it, because you can't really see it. Just be as accurate as you can by feel. If you feel it's a bit bumpy through the section, just try to go through and correct it. As you can see here, I'm all done applying, just making sure everything's nice and even, nice and untangled. As you can see, I'm just fixing up any hair, because if you do leave a lot of hair in one spot, it can create a hot spot, and that might process a little bit faster than the others, because color processes with heat, for the heat of our head. And as you can see, just grabbing my color remover wipe and cleaning up any color that might have gotten on my face. And again, just, triple checking, quadruple checking that the hairline is covered, because again, for some people that might be their most grey area they want covered. Just going to make sure, check everything's nice and even, and then that's the end.